Hi everyone, this is Tammy from Tammy Colors 2, and I have a viewer request flip through of Kimaguri Neko-Chan's Four Seasons coloring book by Miyuki Yoshizawa. This, I believe, is the newest book to be released. This came out in 2022, which it is now. Printed by Cosmic Mook is the publisher. This one does have a dust cover. And here's what it looks like without the dust cover on it. Got a cardstock cover. And it is a 9x9 square. So let's get started with the flip through. I did translate this circle. It says colored pencils, watercolor pencils, how to use water-based color pens, and how to apply with commentary. So it's got a little bit of a lesson in it. It is a very pretty book. It has like a little bit of a smooth toothy paper to it. Kind of feels like watercolor paper, but it's a little thin. And this gives you lessons on how to use watercolor pencils and other pencils in the coloring of the characters of this book, which is the first part of the book. Does give you how to use the watercolor pencils, which was very intriguing to me. There's how to color strawberries, and it gives you strawberries to practice on, tulips, and what colors they use. You, of course, can use whatever colors you want. How to color bread, how to color a small wreath, donuts. Look, lots of donuts to practice on. Don't know what this says. Part 2 gives you little dioramas, explains how they colored it, and then gives you parts of the picture. And then they give you the whole picture to color, which I thought is very neat. How it gives you the elements individually to practice on, and then the entire picture. It's an interesting way of doing it. Here's how they colored this page, all the elements. And here's the whole page, and there's such cute little dioramas. Oh, here's a snow globe that they colored. And here's the snow globe for you to color. And then this talks about filling in backgrounds, or filling in blank spaces, I believe, is what this is all about. Because here, they've given you nothing. They filled it in with nothing, so you can put in your own things. Yep, scissors. Okay. And then this, I have no idea what it says. Oh, but this is going into the rest of the coloring pages for the book. It's very cute. Plus, if you've gotten all the other books in the series, then you've had lessons on the roses already. I think they assume that you've already had the other lessons that they've given. Book 2 and book 3. I think book 3 is really where they start the lessons. And this is the 4th book in the series, as far as I can tell. It's not easy to tell when you can't read the language. I do everything I can with Google Translate. Look how cute. 4 seasons, huh? So this should go through all the seasons. This looks like fall and space. Wait, there were no lessons on how to color space. cards, playing cards. Oh, look, Christmas. I find it interesting how everything is in Japanese in the book, but yet they use English language words or English lettering in some things, as you've seen in some of the other books. It's a cute Christmas scene. Sending letters to each other. A cake. I think that's supposed to be a hedgehog. I'm not really sure. You know, I used to joke with my husband, who makes games for a living, and most of the game companies that he works for are in Europe. And they put in Europe, across Europe, of course, anybody that lives in Europe who's watching this knows this, but they use pictures, you know, to get things across, because pictures are universal, or at least that's what they think. But I call them foreign pictures because, for example, like in Germany, they use a person, or in Europe, actually, I think it's kind of more common in Europe. They use a running man to signal an exit, whereas here, I don't think we would do that. And there's just other things that they have used to describe things. I know for a fact that sounds and pictures, how people use pictures to translate things, is different than how we would. How we look at things is different. So to me, you know, you're illustrating something, but I may not know what it means, because how you draw it is also different. So it's always interesting to look, to think about that. So I'm sure the things we draw over here are completely different to people over there, because our lives are different, and the way that we translate that into a picture is obviously different, and it's very interesting. So here's some of the other books in this series. I think there's a postcard book also. But anyway, that is the entire flip through of Kimaguri Neko-Chan's 4 Seasons by Miyuki Yoshizawa. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. I hope you have a great day. I will put the link to the book at Amazon Japan in the description box if you are interested. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.